So just as a quick overview, we flew into Amsterdam, drove up to Holland, stayed there for about a week.
We drive from Amsterdam airport, where we picked up the rental car, to Ghent and then Bruges. We spend the night in Bruges, and then the next day take the shuttle tunnel to England. We drive to London, stay a couple of days, and then go to Stonehenge. We spend the night in Salisbury. The following day, we drive along the southern coast, stopping at Beachy Cliffs, Hastings, Old Town, and then Rye for the night. Episode 3 will show the rest of the trip.
Episode 3, this final episode, we come through the shuttle tunnel again, drive to Amiens, where we spend a night. Then we go to Paris for a few days. From Paris, we drive to Honfleur, but we skip Rouen. We stay several days in Honfleur. We head back north, skipping Lille, and stayed in Brussels, and then Antwerp, and then back to Amsterdam. This is, of course, Notre Dame, a masterpiece of French Gothic architecture. On our way to the Musée du Louvre, we pass by the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel. This was to commemorate Napoleon's military victories. This one is not to be confused with the one at the far end of the Champs-Élysées, which is about twice the size. This is at the Musée du Louvre. Unfortunately, we did not go inside. It was just too busy.
Oh, that's a movie. Yeah, we're doing a movie.
It was time for lunch. This place looked good. I had a herb salmon tartare and Jim had a crispy chicken Caesar. After lunch, we started to head to the Eiffel Tower. You can see it there in the background. This is the Arc de Triomphe. It is located in the 8th arrondissement at the west end of the Champs-Élysées. Wikipedia's got some interesting information on this. It was commissioned to honor those who fought and died for France during the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. The arc bears the name of the French victories and generals engraved on its inner and outer surfaces. Beneath its vault lies the tomb of the unknown soldier from World War I.
marked by an external flame commemorating unidentified fallen soldiers.
This is the Church of St. Mary Magdalene with a depiction of the Last Judgment. Here we see a brand new building in the shape of a trunk. This is for Louis Vuitton, for famous luxury fashion. I zoomed in to show a buckle of the trunk and the initials LV. We started out the day having a typical French breakfast. This is one of the entrances to the metro subway below. This particular sign, I remember it from art history class, was created by Hector Jamar. He created these signs during the Art Nouveau period. This design, done in cast iron and glass, and also the unique lettering, became known as the metro style. This is the Passage des Panoramas. It is the oldest of the covered passages in Paris. This one is in the 2nd arrondissement. It's basically a mall with a glazed roof. We kept walking toward the 18th arrondissement to see the Moulin Rouge, the world's famous cabaret.
Just walked up that hill from the Moulin Rouge to the Artist District. Here, we're headed up that way where the umbrellas are. We had another terrific meal. A salad on the left with chicken and more raw salmon on the right. The last day in Paris, we headed toward the 19th arrondissement to walk along the Quai de la Loire, which is located in the Bassin de la Villette, the largest man-made body of water in Paris. Here are the sights along the way. Here's another one of Paris's gates. This one's Porte Saint-Denis Arch in the 10th arrondissement. We had to stop for a snack. It was so good that we didn't get a good picture of it because we were too eager to gobble it down.
They're waiting for the water to come up.
Where the French come to go to the beach. We were at the Panam Brewing Company on the Quai de la Loire. I ordered the green lentil salad with pistachios, roasted cauliflower, cranberry, feta, salsa verde sauce. Jim had the Panam burger, a huge beef patty, cheddar cheese, onion and bacon jam, lemon mayonnaise, lettuce, pickles, and fries. So we just started exploring here in Honfleur. Tons of people. Opening the door to the room in Honfleur. A little seating area out here. And we just got here and it's a beautiful little town. Anyway, here's the bathroom. Shower, not much to look at, but the rest of the area is beautiful. There's Jim. There's actually 3 rooms here. This is one of the other nuns that's pretty nice. But it looks out over the square. Let me do the room first. Oh, let me zoom out. There. Let me take a look at their bathroom. Nobody's here yet. Same, pretty much same. Right, and here's what the square looks like from this side, which is nice, but it might get noisy at night. Little church. And the restaurant. On cobbled streets filled with medieval charm, this historic building is called La Lieutenance. It is one of the last remaining buildings in Honfleur from the 14th century, built by King Charles V. It now houses an architecture interpretation center as well as an artist's residence. This town was probably our most favorite town. The history of this town dates back to at least the 8th century when Vikings settled in the region. It is such a picturesque town. What a gem. We found so many nooks and crannies to explore.
when you need somebody.
We stumbled upon this cool oyster bar restaurant on a boat.
I'm here when you need somebody.
We discovered an art gallery where on display were sculptures created by Bruno Catalano, an Italian-French sculptor renowned for creating fragmented figures with substantial sections missing from their bodies. Very cool. This is a series called Les Voyageurs, The Travelers.
I'm here when you need somebody.
Seafood is a big thing around here, especially mussels. We had breakfast at the B&B and then off on a bicycle ride. Here we are under the bridge called Pont de Normandie that goes over the Seine River. We tried our hand at mini golf. I don't mean to gloat, but can you see who won? We had a cheesecake thing drizzled in chocolate, and then more mussels. It was a dreary day on so many levels. I'm trying to focus in on the little blue car right there in the parking lot, which is ours.
I'm doing a video. This is where we ate yesterday, dinner. Look at the detail on these buildings. Yeah, I think we had dinner over there. And we walked across and had waffles down, I think, that street. And now I'm back to where I started the whole thing.
This mural depicts characters from the popular Belgian comic series, The Adventures of Tintin. There are many of these all over Brussels. There's a lot of political history surrounding this comic series when the early adventures started in 1929, during a turbulent time and shifting ideologies. This mural hanging on the Vivaqua building headquarters is called Water Doesn't Fall from the Sky. Vivaqua supplies Brussels with drinking water. It also manages wastewater and flood prevention. Off in the distance you can see Atomium. It's a landmark building in Brussels. It was originally constructed in 1958, Brussels World Fair. The atomium is a representation of an iron crystal magnified 165 billion times. The structure consists of 9 spheres, each measuring 59 feet in diameter, connected by 20 tubes that houses escalators and elevators, allowing visitors to explore its interior. This fountain and sculpture is called Cocoa Pod. Belgium is famous for their chocolates. The pod is supported by 84 small jets of water, making it appear to float. We are in the car, in an elevator that opens up to the street level and brought us down to the underground parking to the hotel we were staying at. Never did that before.
We're at one of our last days. We're in Antwerpen. The city seems to appeal to us a little bit better than Brussels. Anyway, we're in the city center area. Let me see if I can get a picture of the cathedral. That goes way up there. And we came from that direction. This is in front of Het Steen, which translates to the stone. It is Antwerp's oldest building. It was originally built as a castle and a fortress. The statue in front of the castle is of Lang Wapper, a mythical giant from Flemish folklore. There's Jim entering the castle. I'm not sure what the significance of this rug mural is, but I thought it was beautiful and picture-worthy. This is the view from the lookout at the top of the castle. We found a terrific spot for lunch in this hidden alley. The alley was created in 1591 and was originally inhabited by shoemakers. At the end of the 19th century, there were many of these alleys in the city center. They may look idyllic now, but at the time, the poorest were housed here. Living conditions were often abysmal, with many of the large families crammed into small spaces. Sanitary conditions were poor, with often just one pump providing water for a whole alley. During the 20th century, many of these alleys were demolished and redeveloped. By the 1960s, this one was also slated for demolition, but fortunately, a local antique dealer purchased the houses in the alley and restored the entire complex.